Sam Kinison was one of the most influential and controversial stand-up comedians of the 1980s and early 1990s. His loud, abrasive, and often shocking style of humor earned him both fans and enemies, as well as a Grammy nomination and a posthumous award. But behind his onstage persona, there was a complex and troubled man who struggled with addiction, relationships, and his own demons. Sam Kinison was born on December 8, 1953, in Yakima, Washington, to Samuel Earl Kinison, a Pentecostal preacher, and Marie Florence Morrow, a homemaker. He was the third of 4 sons, and his family moved frequently around the country, following his father's ministry. When he was 3 years old, he was hit by a truck, which left him with brain damage that affected his memory and learning abilities. His parents divorced when he was 11, and he stayed with his mother and younger brother Kevin in Tulsa, Oklahoma. His older brothers Richard and Bill went to live with their father. Kinison followed in his father's footsteps and became a Pentecostal preacher himself at the age of 17. He attended Pinecrest Bible Training Center in New York for 3 years, where he met his first wife Patricia Adkins. They married in 1975 and divorced in 1980. Kinison then moved to Houston, Texas, where he met his second wife Terry Jean Mars. They married in 1981 and divorced in 1989. Kinison also had a daughter named Elizabeth with another woman. Kinison began his comedy career in Houston, where he performed for free at local clubs. He was influenced by comedians like Richard Pryor, George Carlin, and Lenny Bruce, as well as by his own experiences as a preacher. He developed a unique style of comedy that involved intense rants, sudden screams, and provocative topics such as sex, religion, politics, and drugs. He also wore a trademark beret and trench coat on stage. Kinison moved to Los Angeles in 1980, where he became a regular at the Comedy Store, a famous club that launched the careers of many comedians. He befriended other comics like Robin Williams and Jim Carrey, who admired his talent and courage. He also caught the attention of Rodney Dangerfield, who became his mentor and gave him his first break on national television. Kinison appeared on Dangerfield's HBO special Rodney Dangerfield, It's Not Easy Being Me in 1984, where he stole the show with his outrageous performance. Kinison's popularity soared after that, and he appeared on several shows such as The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, Late Night with David Letterman, and Saturday Night Live. He also released 3 comedy albums, Louder Than Hell, 1986, Have You Seen Me Lately? 1988, and Leader of the Band, 1990. He received a Grammy nomination for his single Wild Thing from his second album, which featured cameos from celebrities like Jessica Hahn and Slash. He also starred in a few movies such as Back to School, 1986, Three Amigos, 1986, and Savage Dawn, 1985. However, Kinison's success came with a price. He struggled with alcoholism and drug addiction, which affected his health and performance. He was involved in a bitter feud with comedian Bobcat Goldthwait. He also had many failed relationships with women, including actresses Beverly D'Angelo and Jessica Hahn. Kinison tried to clean up his act in the early 1990s. He quit drugs and alcohol, became more spiritual, and reconciled with some of his enemies. He also married his third wife Malika Marie Swiri on April 4, 1992. 6 days later, on April 10, 1992, Kinison was killed in a car crash near Needles, California. He was hit by a drunk driver who crossed the center line and collided head-on with Kinison's car. Kinison's death shocked the comedy world and his fans. He was mourned by many celebrities who attended his funeral in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was buried at Memorial Park Cemetery in Tulsa County.